So let's start here.
Real quick, I'm gonna let Sydney tell a little bit about her situation, and then we're gonna go over.
Okay, some background information. There's like 90 people here. I think I have a photo of it somewhere in my post of all 90 of them ish, and they're telling their soft sit stories. They have a cop there who gives a speech and some Q&A, and then they kind of give all their stories about how they relate to each other and how they met this guy Cam, who's the guy standing with the microphone.
For what we did this weekend, okay?
Okay, so I'm Sydney.
Yeah, talk real loud.
Hi, I'm Sydney. I have a son that is in Alaska. I have a son that is in Alaska currently, and I am going through a family law court situation. The court's trying to take my son away, and I was pro se, I guess, for a while until I went to a domestic violence shelter, and they gave me an attorney that they said was going to be wonderful. They'll help me. There's no way that I could lose my son. She made sure to have my son get taken.
Hey, Brecken. I'm sure you recognize this lady here that's on the microphone.
Away from me very quickly.
She was self-interested in her career.
Yeah, she took another job opportunity and kind of just threw me under the bus.
Immediately after she lost your case.
Yes, and so after that I was devastated and I didn't understand what to do because I've never done any type of court things. I started just doing my own documents as much as I could, and then I met a man. I think he's 88, and he was a judge for 30 years, and prior to that he was a family law attorney for 25 years. He started to help me out with all the documents, and he looked through my case and assured me that I would never lose. There's no chance, and that I should just be confident that I will get him back. This must just be like a glitch. There must be something wrong. So he helped me out with the documents. They were perfect. You know, he was like typing them all out, and it was awesome. I was so grateful. He did all that for free for me as a friend. And so he was confident, and I was confident because he was confident, you know.
Pretty much, right? At least that's where we're going with this story.
And then we got denials after denials on all of my orders, and all the motions got denied, and he couldn't even comprehend that. He said that he was embarrassed to ever even be a judge at that point. He's never seen anyone lose as much as I did. I did move away from Alaska. I went to Oregon, and then after that California, because my ex was a stalker, but that's a long story. Though after that I met Cam through Quentin and Matthew, and he's been super helpful. Just the other night we stayed up, I think it was 1 a.m. for a couple hours, and I sent him all of my documents, and he ran it through. I think it was called Manus. There was a website thing, and it was awesome. He submitted all the documents, all the court stuff, and a couple hours later, all the documents popped up, and he's helping me throughout all this stuff. So I feel so much more confident that everything's going to turn around. And
I like how StreamYard switched up the little chat thingy.
And I'm so grateful for Cam for everything that he's done. And yeah, I know that everything's going to be okay. And I'm glad to have met all of you guys. You're also awesome. So thank you.
Now, Steve, what I want to point out here is the aspect that we work together with our people. You see what I'm saying? And so when you're like, oh, well, what do I do? What do I do? Bro, that's what we do. Oh my God.
All right, so that's really all she has to say. But now Cam's going to plug. Okay, so they call this, what do they call it? Operation Wise Dome. So he's going to plug this back in right now.
It's not showing up. Why is it not showing up? Hold on. So what we do is we develop these documents in very great detail beyond anybody else as far, like literally, bro, we killing it out here. So what you'll notice is for her situation, what she did is.
I love honesty in my chat. Well, unless it comes from Brecken.
She's just submitted where she's at in her court case, gave me her situation. We got the answers or orders that are coming back from the judge, and then we start formulating using advanced prompts. ChatGPT is shit now. She's actually at the bottom of the list, just so you know. They did some updates last Wednesday and brought in 03 model. She ain't shit compared to 01. They've intentionally stifled ChatGPT. And I can prove it, but I'm not going to go into that right now. But what we got going on is a motion for a reconsideration with supporting documents, and as you'll see, this is going to be submitted by her with all of her information. And then you'll see just all of the contents and then everything that we're doing in a really high legalese, advanced propria persona sui juris aspect, right? And this is just like one document of several. So you'll see we have cover pages.
Yeah, this is their legal strategy. ChatGPT is their freaking legal strategy. Well, there's brutally honest, and then there's Brecken honest, and I appreciate both. I'm a little scared.
We have our motion,
but I'm not that scared.
For a reconsideration already ready and prepared, very detailed and in great depths. If I had more time, I'd read through some of these so you can understand actually just how deep they are in relation to the doctrines that we're invoking, which is really huge, because I think one of the things that we mainly forgot about is invoking doctrines, like, and how important those doctrines are, those maxims, those canons. Like, 80% of what the bar card attorneys actually end up learning is seriously just procedure, bro. Like, it's all procedure. And we go in and we always want to argue, oh yeah, I know I got this and I got that and I got that. But if you just hit them with a doctrine or two, you're going to discombobulate them all the way. So, like with her situation, what did you get? Where are you currently at right now? What's the situation?
My child custody.
Well, yeah.
Well, Cam, as her lawyer, you should know where she's at in her case.
Yeah, like, what did you get last?
There were two different things. They just told me that I have not been following the court orders and not submitting any of the my income, and I actually submitted it 2 times to the court, and the one time they told me that I incorrectly submitted it because I didn't give it to the secretary of my son's father's attorney, and so I had to submit it again, and then they continuously said, oh, you still haven't submitted any income verification, and I'm like, I did it 2 times, so they just don't read anything. I know that it was 26 pages, but they asked me for a lot of things. I was very brief, and I did everything that they told me to do, but they're still denying. And yeah.
Is that the name of the channel, Ben?
That's what's going on.
Yeah.
They make so many errors on their they couldn't even spell her name right.
So as you'll notice, yeah, we do like the supplemental declaration of Sydney and support. And I mean, we're really developing these things, and very quickly on a more advanced aspect. And that's because like Joey was saying, you got to know how to prompt these things. You got to know how to set it up. Once you know how to set it up, which is what we teach, then you get in here and you start to understand how to apply it, right? So it's not just developing the documents in and of itself, but then actually, like, here, let me show y'all one more example. So like, this is just a little bit different, but it's for somebody else's situation. But what we do is we like to make sure that any hearing that you're going into, you're fully prepared all the way, so that you know a hypothetical script on several different possible scenarios that could happen in the court, so that way you're not just discombobulated like, oh, I'm going into court and I don't know what to do, right? So we develop a lot of mock situations as far as court is concerned, where you have the judge and you have the prosecutor and then yourself, and then answering those on policies and procedures and rules, so that way you don't get you're not getting hicked up by like what the prosecutor may say. And it's not.
No, it's cool. I like information. I don't really disagree with anybody using ChatGPT, even a lawyer. But if it's 100% based on ChatGPT, like I think they're doing sometimes, it's not going to work out well for you.
Just in like one scenario, it's like, okay, the judge may go this way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's always high. I mean, he smokes on his channel when he does his broadcast.
The judge may go that way, and we're constantly preparing ourselves very deeply in the most advanced way possible. So that way, again, we're learning. We're learning how to become attorneys, in fact, for real. Not just getting the documents, but actually learning and understanding the doctrines and how to apply them. I mean, who else could speak on this? Joe? Yeah, Joe, come on up real quick. I'm gonna let Joe talk on this real quick because Joe's been in the Operation Wise Zone for quite a while now as well. And like, dude's like hella beneficial to everything we're doing. And yeah, hold on one second. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, now Joe is gonna get up and do his custody thing, but one day, if you guys are down, I'll play this whole freaking thing. This is like 4.5 hours long, and it's eye-opening in the way that I can't believe there's a group of people like this. So Cam keeps referring to himself as, attorney in fact. And I think that's coming to hurt some people. And I think we're going to start to see evidence of it here.
Your Honor, while I would hardly presume to lecture the court on appropriate order to conduct business, there does appear to be a number of attorneys, including the county counselor, on the Sidney Leslie matter. The state has no objection taking that up first if the court so wishes.
Okay, and we have Attorney Peterson here, yes?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right.
Joe basically just says he doesn't pay child support either, or whatever.
Okay, we are on the record in BU 2025 CR 250, State of Kansas versus Sidney Taylor Leslie.
Yeah, so I think Java said that SOFSI convention was in California. I thought it was in Washington, but for some reason Cam's always going up to Washington. But this lady lives in Butler County, Kansas, which works out really well for us because they stream court.
Please announce appearances.
Jared McGeer on behalf of the state.
Sidney Leslie.
Sidney Leslie appears
Oh yeah, I think we ran into this last time, Leslie.
on Zoom, and with Counsel William Peterson also on Zoom.
Very well.
So I think the child in Alaska is going to play into this a little bit.
Your Honor, if I may, Terry Yuleskamp, appearing Butler County Counselor on
Yes.
behalf of the Butler County Sheriff's Department.
All right. And at this time, I show that we're on for bench trial. Is that what you're showing, Mr. Regier?
That is the state's understanding, Your Honor.
And are you ready to present your evidence?
The state is so prepared, Your Honor. The state understands there are a number of witnesses present who have honored their subpoenas.
Yes. Now, there was filed yesterday a motion for continuance. Does anyone wish to be heard on that motion?
I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Mr. Peterson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Leslie recently retained
Oh wait, hold on.
me to represent her, and when I say recently, that was just over the weekend, and I entered my appearance on Monday the 27th. As the
Yep, same girl.
court may see, Ms. Leslie filed several pro se motions trying to wade through this case on her own, and then has now sought the assistance of counsel. We can discuss the other motions later or at another date, but being recently retained in this matter, not having the opportunity to review full discovery and further advise Ms. Leslie on options in this case.
Okay, so my introduction to YouTube, the very first stream that I ever did, where there was like between 0 and 0 people in that chat. I might have had a couple people in there. Was this lady, right? And I played her body cam. I played her. She did an interview with her boyfriend about a freaking cake pan and the whole thing with Cal. I highly recommend you go back and watch it because you could see my confidence, how terrible I am. I mean, I'm still monotone, but like I think I've gotten a lot better. I've gotten a lot better. But I highly recommend going to my live tab, go all the way to the bottom, and then checking it out.
I would ask to continue this to another docket date or however Your Honor poses
Julie.
these settings for a bench trial down the road. And I did speak to Mr. Regier about this yesterday. I don't believe he has an objection under those circumstances.
Mr. Regier, it looks like the motion to continue was filed yesterday. Do you have an objection to continuing it? As you noted, there are a number of state's witnesses here.
Your Honor, on the limited issue of continuance, the state has no objection to resetting this matter. As of, within the last 24 hours, I have had the opportunity to communicate briefly with counsel for the defense regarding this matter. However, there is also a file on behalf of the county counselor. I'm not sure if Mr. Huelskamp, rather filed by the county council on behalf of the sheriff's office. I'm not sure if Mr. Huelskamp wishes to be heard on that issue or not.
Well, I see that Mr. Peterson has.
Shit. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh my God. I didn't see. I was looking for you. Hang on. I got a special guest, y'all. I'm just gonna bring you. I'm bringing you right into it, man. I'm sorry, I didn't back. How long have you been here?
I don't know. If I say 25 minutes, would you believe me?
No, because I know I looked at it at least like 3 or 4 minutes ago.
All right, well, good, because I have not been here 25 minutes. I've been here probably about a minute and a half. What's going on?
Oh, we're playing Sydney Leslie. So Colin dropped Sydney Leslie earlier, and I hope you guys all watched it. I watched the whole thing, I promise, and I clicked the like button.
Well,
so I take.
I'm happy. I'm happy you did that.
Yeah, man. Well, it's good to have you guys. If you guys don't know Colin, I'm sure there it is. Leslie is still on point.
Leslie, thank you so much, Leslie.
Now, I think most of my subscribers came from your channel anyway, but you guys, Colin's been by far my biggest single channel supporter, easily times 100. So I really appreciate Colin.
Don't do that. Everyone loves you, man. Everyone loves you. You're a good dude. Everyone loves you. Don't do that. Don't single me out, because that's not fair. That's not fair for everyone else who's helping you. So, but I do appreciate the shout out. I do.
Sure, man. Well, and to be fair, I've gotten help from everybody who's in this chat and everybody else. But so I text, but what I said was still true. Anyway, so I texted Colin and I said, hey, I think I'm going to defend the soft sit. And what's your opinion on that?
What's my opinion on what? You defending Sydney?
Yeah, let me lay it out. This is where we're at.
I just joined, and I'm gonna say this right now. I don't have that much time. I'm jumping in because you invited me, and I wanted to jump in here and support you. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm not gonna be here throughout the entire video. So, what is your opinion? So you want to defend Sydney, which is fine.
So
let me hear your defense.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to say. So before you jumped in, I played a video of her talking about how she met Cam. Now, this is kind of the op-ed version, right? So just opinion completely. But basically, she said that she was having a custody issue with her kids. And she went to attorney one. In her words, attorney one, made her big promises. She didn't get her kids back. Attorney two basically said the same thing. She didn't get her kids back. And then that's when she turned to Cam. But now we see her with a lawyer. And I have a feeling that my opinion, she needs to get this settled so she can focus on what's important. but just her kids.
Yeah. I will tell you, I didn't see the beginning part. I can't tell you, what you saw and what you didn't see. But the little I've seen of Sydney is she has talked about custody, and so that makes sense. She kind of found this group because she was looking for maybe a legal loophole, an easy way out is what I like to say. When soft sits think that hey, if I just spew this nonsense, then maybe the courts are going to agree with me. Look at all these people. Look at all these people in suits. So she's sitting there looking tired and exhausted. We have a police officer wearing a deputy outfit, and she's surrounded by an attorneys and a judge. Yeah, I can see why she might be exhausted in this. Like, oh, maybe the easy path I chose was not the right answer.
Yeah,
that's my response to that.
Yeah, and she's sitting there quiet, and she's letting the attorney talk. I mean, they're asking for a continuance here, which I don't know if I got to that point in the video, but that's going to happen. So there's not much action here, but yeah, I think she's waking up a little bit.
Yeah, which is exactly what an attorney would do. I don't want to spoil this video. You already said I covered it, but so I'm not going to spoil it too much. But yeah, the attorney comes in and just knocks it out of the park, and she doesn't say a word. That might be the spoiler right there. She doesn't say a word, and she just sits there looking all exhausted and tired. But she did the best thing she could have done. She got an attorney. That's name isn't Cameron. Cameron,
what are you doing, dude? You're losing your clients.
I know. What are you doing? Like, I like Cameron. Cameron's a respectable dude. He's not doing the right thing. He's not doing it the right way. I will say that live. I don't care. But yeah. So Cameron,
yeah,
you're losing people. That can't be good.
Yeah.
Like Sydney is the reason why we know who Cameron is, and she got an attorney. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, what else is going on? How are you doing?
Good, man. Just I don't play as much court, but I try to pick it. I pick up a couple every now and then, but this one, as I mentioned to everybody, this was the very, very first person I ever covered, my very, very first live, where I had 0 people in my viewing. So I was like, I got to stick with Sydney Leslie.
The first is hard. I will tell you this. This is hard for me to say, but the very first live stream I had was just a test stream. I didn't realize what I was doing, and I thought when I clicked live, like I could like just bring it up, and it wasn't actually live. Like there was another button I thought I was gonna have to press, and the first person to join me was one of my very first mods, and she passed away. So it's yeah. So it's a test stream that I still have public on my stream, on my channel. You can still go back and look, but yeah, it's just your first streams that you remember them. You will always remember your first stream. So Sydney's your first. That's a good one. That's an unforgettable one. So there you go.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I'll play the video a little bit longer, but
all right. Well, I just wanted to jump up and say, hey, what's up? Because you invited me on, and I didn't want to ignore you. But I've got a bunch of stuff I have to do real quick, and I've been sick for the last 5 days, so I just wanted to jump up and say hi. And
Lynn says, "Watch out, mods."
Watch out, mods. Sorry. Watch out, mods. I just wanted to give you your well-earned respect. Grammar School, you are awesome, man.
Thanks, dude.
You're a dude. You're a dude, right? And I appreciate you. The person you are. It's hard to come by. You're genuine. So, and I hope everyone out there understands how much that means to being a genuine content creator in this universe that we live in. So, Grammar School, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the invite. I'm sorry that I have to jump up and I just have to do what Judge Webster called. No, it's not Judge Webster. It's the prosecutor, Miss Gillette says a quick dip. I had to do a quick dip. Quick dip. So you're awesome. Everyone hit that like, hit that subscribe. Get him up there. Get him up there. Let's start making it so Grammar School makes some money doing this. Let's do it. Are you at 500 yet?
No, I'm almost at 4, so we'll get there. Shorts and these people in this chat are helping me a lot.
All right, so we need to get you to 500. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll make that the goal by the end of the year. You'll be making money before you know it. So Grammar School, you are awesome. Thank you so much for being you. And chat, you guys are awesome. And yeah, sorry for the quick dip.
You good, buddy. Take care of yourself.
Yeah. Have a great night, everybody.
All right, see ya.
All right, I'm out.
Say bye to Colin. Later, y'all.
The motion to
John, you kind of look like a friend of mine. Just throwing that out there.
continue. And then his client, give me just a moment here. Mr. Huelskamp, do you want to be heard at this time?
Your Honor, I don't know if this is actually on for hearing today on my motion to quash the subpoena ducus tecum that was filed. I don't even know if Mr. Peterson is aware of it, but I did.
Just real quick add on to what Colin was saying. Colin was saying that she looks tired and broken down. I think she looks a little high too, but that's just my opinion.
Filed a written objection to defendant subpoena ducus tecum and a motion to quash on August 28th, 2025. I did not set an initial hearing on it, so I'm not real sure whether or not this is the hearing date. I was just advised to be on the Zoom today.
All right. Well, we have the request for discovery. And Mr. Peterson, was that the one that you referenced filed pro se by your client?
Yes, Your Honor. And
I did a live stream. I think a couple of y'all were with me right after I got a root canal one day. It didn't go so well. I mean, the stream was okay, but I think I was drooling a little bit.
And I did see the motion to quash, and in some discussion with my client regarding that motion, if I have a little bit more time with her, there's a possibility that could be withdrawn, because I believe it has to do just with discovery, and again, I don't anticipate any issues in receiving that. And then if that's the case, we can withdraw that motion. I'm not prepared to do that right now, but yeah, I would certainly, and I had a little bit more time, could have possibly done that before Mr. Huelskamp had to appear, but I believe we can possibly get in and resolve that.
All right. So that is her pro se motion before you entered.
Yes.
Oh, she wants to talk. She wants to talk.
And it is in response to that the Mr. Huelskamp, your motion to quash was filed. Is that correct?
It was with respect to the filing of the subpoena ducus tecum and the actual service of that on the Sheriff's Department.
Okay. So if Mr. Peterson meets with his client and withdraws that would take care of your concerns, Mr. Huelskamp.
Yeah. Or if you're in enough pain, but dental insurance is a really good thing. You know, you can double up too, which, obviously depends on your resources, but if you can find a way, make it happen.
Camp.
Yes, and in the interim, just so we don't have to produce any documents.
Okay. Mr. Regier, your response to all of this, your position again?
Again, Your Honor, on the limited issue of continuance, the state does not have an objection. I would also tell the court that it is the state's understanding that discovery has already been provided in this matter prior to counsel for the defense entering his appearance at least 1 week prior.
All right. Well, I am going to continue this to let the counsel try to, now that Mr. Peterson's on board, let him counsel his client on what's admissible and what isn't, and to try to see if there's any resolution on this matter short of trial. If there's not, trial is not a problem, of course. But I don't see how we can have a trial till we resolve some of these motions that are pending. So I will continue this. The time will count against the defendant, though. Any objection to that, Mr. Peterson?
No, Your Honor. No.
And how much time do parties recommend that I set this over? How many weeks?
My suggestion would be 30 days to 6 weeks, if that's acceptable.
Mr. Aguirre, any objection to 30 days to 6 months to set this over?
Your
I
Honor,
meant
the
30
state would
days.
object to a 6-month continuance.
6
As
weeks.
to a more timely continuance date, the state would not oppose such a date.
All right. So Destiny, 30 days to 6 weeks. What would we have? In other words, 4 to 6 weeks.
Your Honor, I have December 31st at 1:30.
How about New Year's Eve? Anybody want to do this New Year's Eve?
I actually, one other question, Your Honor. In this trial setting, is Zoom the only option for that, or is an in-person setting something we can request?
Well, that's typically the way we do it. Are you thinking that you need an in-person or want an in-person for some reason?
Want would be the appropriate verb there. If Ms. Leslie lives in Wichita, in Topeka, we'd have to travel. Obviously, for a trial setting, we were going to be in the same room. And again, just in taking testimony, it's my strong preference that's done in person, but obviously.
I think Judge Webster is a little bit angry in general. I really liked her at first. I don't know how I feel about her now.
I don't have anything that I can think of right now that necessitates,
Okay.
possible. Well, and I say that obviously, if a video needs to be shown, those technical difficulties can sometimes get in the way, but it's just one of those I prefer to have those. I know I can do that in person. And again, videos can be shown on Zoom, but again, it is a preference. But again, when we're providing testimony from several different witnesses.
I think where I lost Webster was there was a case 6, 7, 8 months ago where a guy was trying to put in no contest plea with a plea bargain deal, and it was over Zoom, and Webster really didn't think this guy was sober, and he was on regular testing already as a bond condition, and he was saying something like he was an hour away, and Judge Webster didn't think he was sober enough to make a sound decision by entering the plea, and made him come to the court to do a drug test, but gave him 20 minutes when he said 30 times that he was an hour away, which, he's probably lying to some degree, but the whole circumstance was ridiculous in general. And you'd think he was testing twice a week already. And then after that, she did that a couple more times. And then that's kind of when I just kind of lost. I don't know how I feel about Webster.
And they're all there in Butler County.
All right. Do we have that in person at that time? Do we have a courtroom available for in-person, Destiny, or do you know?
That I'm not sure. I can double check with Michelle, but I know that a lot of the in-persons is just with the court security.
Well, I think we can probably work that out, especially on December 31st. It's probably going to be kind of scarce around the courthouse anyway. Mr. Aguirre, do you have a position on whether it's live or Zoom? Well, it's going to be live, whether it's on Zoom or in person. Do you have a preference to in person?
No preference per se, Your Honor, although the state's understanding is that the court has traditionally set these bench trials.
Yeah, she ended up doing the same thing to that one guy I was telling you, just mentioning. Oh, and she's like, if you can't get here in 20 minutes, then you need to report to the jail by 5 o'clock today. I thought she was being unreasonable, and I think she did something similar with the girl you're talking about.
By Zoom fashion for various reasons as to whether or not that applies in all cases pursuant to administrative order. I would need to research further before I can advise the court as to that.
Well, I know with police officers or sheriff's deputies, many times they're on duty. And
oh my God, I almost forgot. I got a PayPal from somebody. I don't want to. If you send me a PayPal, I don't have a name, but I do have a name, but I don't know if I should say it. But thank you so much if you send me the PayPal. If you want to mention something in the chat, if not, I will. I'll throw something out on my comment section on the channel. But thank you so much for the PayPal with the initials HK. Thank you so much.
they're able to appear by Zoom without as much disruption to their duties, especially if they're on patrol. Mr. Hulskamp, do you know if there's any preference from your deputies, the sheriff?
No preference, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, let's see, December 31st at 1:30. I'm going to go ahead and grant that, provided I can get a courtroom.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Okay,
according to our schedule, we're in the search of a pro tem judge for that day. You will not be in court that day. We're getting a pro tem.
Sorry.
Well, if you're getting a pro tem, wouldn't the pro tem take the judge's chambers or court?
I don't know if the pro tem will be able to make it in.
Thanks, Java. You're awesome, Java. You've always been awesome, Java. No phonophobia.
To an in-person hearing. So if we're going to do in-person hearing, can we move it back to the next available January date?
Let's just do it December 31st at 1:30 by Zoom, because it sounds like we're not going to have a courtroom available, and it could interfere with the deputy's schedules and ability to be there based on my past experience. So it will be by Zoom, December 31st at 1:30.
Gross.
Anything else we need to address?
Your Honor, does the court, for the state's information, does the court intend to address the outstanding motions in this matter at the next setting?
I think it would make more sense. Do you want to do them next time, Mr. Peterson, or today?
I think next time would be appropriate.
You want to take them up the day of trial?
I think either one would have been acceptable, Parson.
Yes, I anticipate providing further explanation, or as I said, possibly withdrawal of some, depending on the circumstances. So.
All right. Okay. Well, then that will conclude the Sidney Taylor Leslie matter for today. It is continued at the defendant's request to December 31st at 1:30 by Zoom.
You'll get that if you're in IT.
And Your Honor, before the officers depart, the state would thank them collectively for honoring their subpoenas.
Absolutely. Thank you, gentlemen. And the
There's
defendant will be continued on the cash bond that she posted May 21st to 25, with the added conditions that she reappear by Zoom with counsel December 31st at 1:30. If there's nothing further, we are in recess on this matter, and
Ms. Woozy drooly face.
everyone on this case alone is excused, but if you are here on one of the other cases, you will have to stay.
Thank you.
all.
Thank you, Judge.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's cool. I took the day off. My wife had surgery today. It was great. She's doing well. She's napping. I got a babysitter in the other room, so I'm stress-free streaming right now. Everything's all good. But I am on husband duty in case I got my phone, I got my text. She sent me a TikTok video. So in case yeah, that was pointless. And I think that's why I didn't feel bad about pausing too much. And it was awesome to have Colin drop by. So I think she's seen the light. I mean, so I'm at least the third or fourth person. No, probably the fourth or fifth person to play her in court today. We've all had her on our calendars. And so I knew it was going to be boring. And I think she's finally realizing this traffic shit is not as important as her kids, and she probably needs to get this taken care of. However, I've read the comments from a bunch of the other people who have already posted her case, and some people think that her hiring a lawyer is a stall tactic to get the continuance, because when she had her last appearance, she wanted it out like 90 days, and this is closer to 60 days. Oh, shoot. Yep. Oh, that's good. I work for a competitor of both of them. So, and I haven't had any 911 text messages or phone calls, so that's good. Regeer still uses AWS. Oh yeah, and you know Regeer doesn't clean his cache. Y'all are funny. Let's get back to the palette cleanser stuff. Let's do some body cam.